two men you're about to meet have braved the battlefields of Ukraine, but they've just touched down in Australia on what they consider to be a very important new mission.
They've told 10 News Plus they have little faith in the peace talks with Russia, and they say they need more Australian firepower to win back their country.
12,000 kilometres from Ukraine, but a welcome just like home. As two men considered war heroes land at Sydney Airport to bring their fight to Australia. Usually, Lieutenant Colonel Anдрій Березовський is on the war front line, training soldiers and running combat missions.
So I have lived through death due to wounding, as well as wounding. I've seen arms, legs ripped off. Together with my brothers in arms, I've lived through this.
A champion boxer and lawyer, the now 30-year-old enlisted back in 2017, 3 years into the war. How badly do you want this war to end?
I don't believe that I will see the end of this war in my lifetime, but I will be able to clearly name the moment that the war ends when I stop seeing the death of my brothers and sisters in arms, of my relatives, of my friends, of our civilian population at the hands of our neighbour.
He's joined by Colonel Mihайло Fedov. Their mission here, pleading for more Australian firepower.
The enemy has no limits. They quite literally launch at anything.
The 37-year-old runs the State Emergency Service in Odessa, tasked with rescuing civilians from the rubble and saving as many lives as possible.
No one could even imagine that they would be shelling and launching missiles at kindergartens, at hospitals, schools, and civilian buildings where people are simply trying to live that are not military.
Civilians enduring daily bombardments, sometimes up to 15 shellings in 24 hours.
It's very difficult to discover killed, dead children, especially when you have children at home and you have no idea how they are and if they're safe or not. Completely innocent children, some of which have not even turned one. Some of them are only a few days old. Some of them lie next to their dead mother.
So sorry.
My biggest wish for all of you is to never find out what war is really like.
Next week, they'll meet with members of our Defence Force and our politicians. How desperate are you for military equipment and Australia's help?
I cannot give you a rating out of 10 of how important this is. For me, if any such equipment or aid helps to save the lives of personnel or civilians, for me, that is the most important thing.
Ukraine wants drones, more Bushmasters, soon-to-be retired Tiger helicopters, and armoured personal carriers used to carry wounded soldiers and civilians.
Australia has a significant amount of decommissioned equipment that's currently standing in warehouses, and there's absolutely no reason why that decommissioned equipment can't be donated to Ukraine.
We're in really constant communication with the government of Ukraine about how we can best support Ukraine.
Last month, Australia delivered 39 Abrams tanks that were promised back in 2024. Ukraine is still waiting for another 10 that we're told are expected to arrive in the coming months.
We are now seeing the first and the largest tranche of the Abrams tanks in the hands of the Ukrainian armed forces.
While Australia has already donated some APCs, Katerina is calling for more, claiming her cousin's life could have been saved on the battlefield.
He had to walk 8 kilometers on foot to evacuate a soldier that had his leg injured and another one had his arm blown off. And he could have been doing that and should have been doing that in an armored vehicle that would at least provide some sort of protection. But because they have a lack of that equipment, he had to go on foot. And unfortunately, he was killed during that evacuation.
And the big hope inside every Ukrainian heart is the finish of this war, is the end of this war.
A controversial new drug dubbed Ozempic for dogs could be on the market within